Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading. If you've already been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time in, welcome. We are here to embrace you with open arms. It's nothing but love and authenticity over here. So come in and be your most authentic self wherever you are at this stage of your life's journey. Okay, we are all at different points, and I'm just picking up on the ones that need to hear the message the most in order to get through this current phase that they may be existing in or just have gotten out of. And so if the message does happen to resonate, then before you leave, definitely give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe so that you can get more of these videos. As well, turn the post notifications on. I mean, if you want to post me to your page, I won't be mad. But turn the post notifications on so that you are made aware as soon as I upload a video. Sag, first card out for you guys, overlying energy, Three of Cups. Scorpio just had the Three of Wands. But this is just coming together with friends. People that you already know and have a soft spot for. So this can be like high school friends that you've known, and now you guys have been friends for 10 years and there's like a reunion of sorts and sharing that type of memory and really catching up on that level, and it just, it warms your heart. That type of experience and sharing of love. Or you can be going to a birthday party if you haven't already. We are in Scorpio season, so I feel like some of you guys may be friends with a Scorpio whose birthday has passed or will pass, and there's a party, and so as birthdays and invitations go, you are invited and you're going to the birthday party and you're having a good time. Here, the cruise that hounds you is the Two of Wands. So it has to do with dating as well. Maybe you meet somebody. I don't want to say it's a love at first sight, but you meet somebody here that you're getting along with at this party. Conversation's good. You find them to be attractive. They find you to be attractive, because out of the Three of Cups, there's two of them, right? It takes two to tango. This can be three's company if you're in an open relationship, but we'll get to that, okay? But there's two cups that are being poured into this one cup, and the cruise that hounds you is the Two of Wands. So this is you and this other person. Each of you have a cup, and each of you have a wand. So you guys, there's that sensation of likeness that you guys have for one another. Again, you feel the chemistry. If you didn't kiss, you have that desire to. You know what I'm saying? You have the desire to want to know and be more intimate with this person. But there's something that is still stopping you, because at the end of the day, you have the Queen of Swords. Is it you're just not wanting to go too far too fast? That can very well be the case. Again, Mercury has stationed retrograde. And so if you paid attention to the prior video that I have uploaded, or you've been watching videos all together, or you've gotten this advice from your friends already to just be open to love at this time, but don't put all of your eggs into one basket when it comes to love at this time. Basically, because it will be short-lived for most people in most circumstances, especially with this shared love and the Three of Cups. If this is somebody from the past that you've already had that type of intimate connection with, okay? Be it just on a physical level as far as having sex with this person, or if you guys actually dated for a little minute, what I'm getting with the Two of Wands, like you guys actually went out and did stuff together, if not just doing stuff to each other, right? And so a lot of you guys are just like taking a breath and taking a pause and a break and really assessing whether or not this will be an asset to your life, or that could turn into a potential liability. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be any more damaged than you may already be. And we're all going through our healing process, and it's always on a continuum. There is never an end to you healing from past traumas and or pain, right? And so maybe for some of you guys, this is a situation you just got out of. Let's figure out what's wrong with the situation. Oh my goodness. Why? I am seeing the Five of Coins. The Death card is did flip over. Temperance, Eight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're making an assessment. But try not to be too judgmental of the people that may be coming into your life that just want to get to know you and or have a good time. You know what I mean? Some of you guys are just being very defensive for that reason. Again, if you have just gotten out of a relationship, or you're just trying to develop like a resistance to it because you have other things going on. You know what I mean? You might be too busy for love right now. Or if you are already in some sort of partnership and you go out to an event, you're really feeling that Venusian energy. I feel like there's something that's going to affect your Venus placement in the way that you see beauty and who you find to be beautiful. You know what I mean? There are just some people that are so breathtaking that you can't help but look at and sometimes stare at. With this Queen of Swords, I feel like somebody is like definitely staring you down, probably watching you from across the room. Okay, this can be you or this can be somebody else, because this can be a spy, right? Somebody that's doing investigative work. So if you're in a relationship, say you're in a marriage, all right, and things haven't been going that well here. Your partner is suspecting you of cheating or being up to no good. With the Three of Cups and the Two of Wands, they may hire, if they haven't already, a private investigator who is, you don't know this person from Adam. So they're dressed and they're out in social settings or wherever you happen to be, especially when you're in public spaces and it's easy for you to be seen like that. They're dressed like a regular, ordinary other person would be that you see on the street. You know what I'm saying? But they have their eyes on you. And so if you happen to have that wandering eye with the Eight of Wands and what's wrong about the situation, you will get caught. I am definitely seeing that if you haven't already been. Or this is just a friend of a friend, like a mutual that has some intel on you or the other person you may be involved with, and will be letting the person that you are involved with and or otherwise know what is going on. I called it. Where you need more information, Devil card. There's some freaky shit going on, but where you guys end up, you have the Ace of Cups. Some of you guys in this assessment here, you're just trying to figure out if you want to take the risk. And so I feel like for some of you guys, what the fear is really is that you just got out of something that maybe felt really restrictive and you don't want to forsake that. Also, you want to be very careful with who it is that you take to that next level, because for most people it's really hard to go back to just being friends and being able to be cordial and exist in the same spaces. If you guys happen to run into each other, you guys do happen to share the same friends, right? And you take it further and then it doesn't work out, that can make it very awkward. Because I also get that with swords energy. So it's like you have to be very careful, especially depending on the type of work that you do. Okay? It's so hard because you might be surrounded by beautiful people all the time, people that you have connections with. There's this thing though in psychology, and it's called the proximity effect, where you develop attraction for people solely based on the fact that you spend a copious amount of time with them. You know what I'm saying? So you guys maybe work together side by side in the same cubicle, or just are on the same team in a corporate setting, or whatever business you may have entrepreneurially with this Queen of Swords and the Eight of Wands that is here in the spread. Like whoever you have like in the team or that you're building up with, you spend a lot of time with them. It can sometimes be trauma bonding as well, especially if you go through a lot of highs and lows with your business and the success of such. And so it becomes that type of like, oh, well, we've been through so much together, and then that's how you guys form a bond. But other than that, it's just you spend so much time together, you can't help but start to develop an attraction for that person. Okay, and so some of you guys are just wanting to be very careful with that and making sure that you're just not going into something that is more lustful in nature. That's where you need more information. That's where you're trying to be careful, right? And you're also trying to be a listener. You're trying to listen to what people are saying as well, so you can gauge what their intentions are and what maybe they may be asking of you within the dynamic that you have with this person, right? The relationship that you have with this person, be it platonic, business, otherwise, romantic. Again, as we're going back to that main storyline, because that is what's coming through here. It's like you want to make sure that you guys are on the same page, and you want to make sure that you're not going to be telling this person anything that can be misconstrued, You know what I mean? With the 8 of Wands here in the what's wrong position. I feel like for some of you guys that has happened. That was a situation where you told somebody something. Maybe you gave them a sincere compliment and you complimented their looks or just, you know, their body or the outfit that they were wearing, whatever have you, their smile. And they took it as you flirting with them and coming on to them. And so now they have that expectation that it's going to go somewhere when maybe that's not what you mean. You're just being kind. You know what I'm saying? You're just being nice and sweet. So that can be the case. But again, for some of you guys, it's like these two people see each other and it's like an immediate connection. I don't want to say love at first sight, but there is a connection, right? Physical chemistry, again, conversation's good. You guys might have these same interests or just the energy. You guys have good energy. You can bounce off of each other. You have nice banter, very intellectually stimulating conversations. You know what I'm saying? They keep your attention, which is really hard for a Sagittarius because you guys are like a ping pong ball. You are everywhere in thought and, you know, in live action. It can be very hard to pin you guys down, but for this person, there's something about them that really piques your interest. But again, you're wanting to be careful because it may be short-lived. It may just be lust. And so you're really trying to get to the bottom of this sensation that you're feeling to really know what to do with it. So I don't really feel like you guys are going to be getting into the partnership. Bottom of the deck, you have the 9 of Cups. I feel like at the end of the day, you're going to still continue to put that love back into yourself because for some of you guys, it's going to be a wash. This person was just coming in to kind of test you to see where you were at based on the vows that you made to yourself, any promises that you may have made to yourself here. Or again, with what you, the tone that you set for what you were trying to work on a character level, right? And what you've been developing as far as having discipline and showing restraint, sorry, and fighting temptation. Because some of you guys, I don't want to say are whoremongers, but you know, you are very uninhibited. Some of you guys may have a sex addiction. Some of you, where are we at? Okay, 14 minutes. I'm doing good. Come on, Sag. Some of you guys are really just codependent. You don't know how to be by yourself. And so you promised yourself time to learn who you are, right? A period of self-discovery more so, and putting that love back into yourself and saying those positive affirmations, and really detoxifying, right? Cleaning your energy, cutting any ties that you've had with anybody else. That's really what you're working on with the 2 of Swords, because I do kind of, 2 of Wands, sorry, because I do kind of look like scissors. Also with this Queen of Swords, you know, you just promised yourself that you would be abstinent. You know, you were going to practice abstinency and really just focus on yourself and your craft and honing in on your skills and really expanding professionally with whatever you are doing professionally. And so again, for some of you guys, these people coming in, these people that are attracted to you are really here to test you, or these obstacles and challenges that you may be facing are really trying to test your faith, right? And really trying to test your word and really want to see what your heart is made of. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's coming through. A lot of you guys passed the test. Some of you won't. Not everybody can. There's 2 9s here. So if you decide to be stubborn and work against yourself, right, or do anything that could be self-sabotaging, or just in not listening to yourself and what you know you need to do at this time, again, feeding into that temptation, just falling short. We all do it. Just don't beat yourself up about it if it happens. But just know that that is why. Like you have to overcome that pattern and that behavior. Okay? You have to trust yourself. When you say no, stick to that. So this is sticking to your word and whatever you say at this time. But also just listening to your word and your heart and where you know you're at. If you know you still have some more healing to do, just be very cognizant at this time when you're having interactions with people that some are like that. You know, they are looking for love. And so the minute somebody gives them attention or shows any type of interest, it can again be misconstrued. So just be very careful with that if you know that love is not what you need outside of the love that you're trying to show and grow for yourself. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up again. Share this with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need it. But if I don't hear from you, then just do take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again. Okay? Ciao.